Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Project Elevate, and today I want to talk about NBA 2K24 that is just about a month away, and specifically some things I would love to see return for NBA 2K24. And today we're going to focus on the TrophyCase 2.0. Let me know in the comments below whether you enjoyed the TrophyCase, whether you hated it, whether you want to see it return, whether you want to see it improved upon or just scrapped altogether. But I'm going to give you some thoughts about how it could come back and make my team a really fun experience in 2K24. So the biggest downfall of the TrophyCase was how it was just really confusing, for one, and two, how you just had to do all these things just for like exchange cards that you just exchange for other stuff to like lock in other stuff. And it was just like, why am I doing all these things? But it was kind of cool how it highlighted different moments of a franchise. So I propose that we just tie players to some of those things, just tie tangible things that you can use in my team to different agenda challenges and whatnot. So rather than just getting a card that you have to lock in a collection that you'll never ever get to use, let's make some of those cards actual reward cards so we can use them along the line, use them to grab other stuff. And you can even like tier some of the challenges to some of the lower tiered cards. For example, you'd have to get like a Robert Horry in order to do some challenges for like that Diamond Jerry West. You'd have to use some of the diamonds to get some of the pink diamonds. So that way you do have to go through the progression of stuff, and it isn't all just like you can't do it all at once. And if you spread this concept out throughout all the teams in the league, you have a lot of variation in teams to start the year, which is a really, really good thing. One of the best things about the beginning of NBA 2K23 MyTeam, but we don't have so much just mindless grinding of modes in order to get cards that may fit into a puzzle, and then that may lock something in and then unlock something there, and it's just a mess. All right, so let's go real quickly through this, and I've color coded it and I've used a template of my graphic that I made for NBA 2K23. I know a lot of you use the graphic along your way, and I hope to help you guys along. All right, so let's start off with the 1, 2, and 3 spot. So here this year we'll have like historic team coaches, jersey, courts, and basically there'll be lock-ins for like some of those sets. Now, I think the caveat here is that some of these things are earnable as rewards along the way. Now, they can have a little bit of RNG factor into them. They can throw some agendas throughout the year for option packs, stuff like that, if they want to make it a little bit stretched out. I know some people hate the concept of these being RNG at all, so I'm totally cool with option packs for this type of stuff. But if they want to start off the year with a tiny bit of RNG and gradually work in more agendas or option packs, that'll be cool with me as well. Moving on to all the purple slots in slots 4, 10, and 11. So these used to be like elite moments, legendary moments, stuff like that. And now they're going to be basically like little mini spotlights, agendas, little multiple game spotlight type stuff that you'll be able to go through and pick up maybe even some lower tier cards that aren't part of this reward structure along the way to kind of like boost up the team, and then just highlight some of the history of each team. I think that's so important, something that's kind of like missed in this mode. And they've kind of done things like this in the past with spotlights and whatnot. So these are going to be kind of like our little mini grinds, your mid-sized grinds that you can like accomplish in a week or two. Moving on to the yellow spots, which is at 6, 7, and 12. So these are going to be just like straight up moments, recreate moments, and they'll be for like amethyst cards. So here you can even play, like a full game or like some type of agenda, small agendas for like dunks across games or something like that with a shooting guard or a Laker shooting guard or something like that. Recreate like moments. So drop you into the fourth quarter of the Kings versus Lakers and try to make a game-winning shot with Robert Horry or something along those lines. Just kind of like little bite-sized things that you could do. Grab some amethyst cards for your team, relive some moments from history. And again, this could be like a little collection of moments. I think that would probably be like the coolest thing, is just give us like a little like 5 series of just like quick moments that you got to knock out in order to get the lock-in Robert Horry. Right, moving on to the light blue. Now these are like the big boys. This is where you used to have a centerpiece right in the middle, your collection lock-in for your whole team. your domination, victory, whatever, stuff like that. So these are going to be what I'm calling timelines, and they're pretty similar to MLB The Show's programs, where you're going to have to accomplish a certain amount of things. Now, the ideal thing is that you'll be able to earn progress towards these timelines using some of these moments and lower tiered rewards that you have going on here. Also, maybe tie in something similar to like the affinity grind, where you're going to be like getting certain points towards these timelines by just using players from the franchise from that era that you're playing in. So, for example, here I have Lakes to the Beaches in number 8. So that would be like the old school Lakers from the Mikan era, the Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain era. Then you have number 9 is Showtime. So that would obviously be like the Magic era, the Kareem era. So those would lock in for like a Wilt Chamberlain and a James Worthy respectively, something along those lines. And then maybe like the third one could be like the Shaq Kobe era or the Shaq Kobe and Kobe Powell era. And that would lock in for, who knows, a Pink Diamond Shaq or Pink Diamond Lamar Odom or something along those lines. And then just to round it out, you have the green section, which would all be tied to like agenda rewards. We've had a lot of this stuff in the past where you have to like do certain agendas and they lock in for like current coach, current jersey, current court, etc., etc. Now, these things could all be tied to higher tier rewards as seasons progress in NBA 2K24. The one thing I would like to avoid though is something where you kind of have to wait until, season 3 or 4 to finish like another conference like we did, because then you have all these lower tier cards that you like didn't really have a chance to get early on in the year, and now it's just like they're obsolete and you're just getting them for collection fodder. Because of the nature of these lock-ins and stuff like that, which aren't so much time, but they're more just kind of like grind at your own pace, playing different modes to build towards the last 3 cards in the sets, stuff like that. You can kind of go at a more pace where you won't be able to complete sets of challenges that will be released further on down the line. So for example, maybe you have to have Wilt Chamberlain or Worthy and Shaq, whoever it may be, in order to complete seasons and agenda groups, challenges, stuff like that come out down the line. So that way everybody's kind of on the same pace and you're not kind of like misusing and wasting a bunch of cards. Obviously these challenges would stay up year round, so you can work them at your own pace, still pick up some of your favorite players, etc., etc. And I think if just the concept is tweaked a little bit, it can go a long way, man, towards making MyTeam 2K24 a really, really fun experience with a lot of varied teams, getting a whole lot of different names kind of into the mix. Guys that normally don't stand out in promo packs and stuff like that. Let me know what you guys think about this. I think it would be really fun, but you may have a totally different opinion, and that's cool. Let me know in the comments below. We'll catch you guys next time.